Ach the bees, at a stugana aid strigats. Or in English, good evening, I am a cat language scholar. So we're getting toward the end of my study of my 3-month long study of the cat language, and I'm starting to kind of put everything together. Right now, for the last couple of weeks, I've been, or for the last week or so, I've been working on the mysteries of the cat verb. And, cat's a pretty straightforward language until you get to the verb. So this is the really interesting, really hard part of it. The verb has been described as, by Joanna Nichols, let me get what I wrote it down here, as the most, as the most interesting grammatical construction in all of language. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So it's a very difficult, the most interesting morphological object known. And this is a very important linguist saying this, so it means that we're in for a lot of fun when it comes to studying the cat verb, and a lot of challenge also. So I'll be working on that, and but what I want to do before we move on to the verb is kind of review a little bit of what we've learned so far. So we've learned basic nouns and adjectives. I think we also know pronouns. We have at, u, and bu for I, you, and him, her. And we can say uten, uken, and boon for the plurals of these, because the n, or an engma, added on to something makes it plural, as I think we've discussed. So we also know numbers, we know family terms, and we know some cultural terms. For example, the word sening for shemen, and the word kos for birch bark teepee. So if we know all of these, now it's time to start putting things together into conversations. So another important thing that we've talked about is the inflectional system. Now, I'm not sure how much, I don't think I've talked about the entire inflection system here, the entire postpositional system in cat. So maybe we can go over it a little bit. The basic form, which we can use for the both subject and direct object, doesn't really have an ending. So, for example, let's go through these inflections with the words for father, mother, and the inanimate word for sled. So up, and suhui. So basic form is up. So we have basic form, no change. For masculine singular, masculine plural, we have evang. Feminine singular, so amang, as you might expect, is the plural. Inanimate singular, the word suhui, is, if you can maybe predict, the plural for suhui is suzhang. Suzhang. Now, let's move on to some actual postpositional endings. The genitive case for, remember, our words are up, and suhui, right? So, singular masculine ending is da. Plural ending is na. So, we have obda for belonging to my father, and ovangna for belonging to my parents. My mother's would be amd, and plural amangna, surd, and surangda. So we can usually make a plural or a genitive construction by having d on the end. Ablative is dangal for singular cases, nangal for plural, and dingal for inanimate. So, good. Dative, and moving towards something, right, is dang, nang, ding, nang, ding, nang. So, for example, toward my father, obdang. Toward my multiple parents, övangna. Toward my mother, amding. toward my mother's, toward my sled, sulting. So from now, I think we're moving through this a little bit slow, so I think I'm going to just read the endings. I think that maybe you can work out the beginnings on your own, and I'm going to go in order of masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, feminine plural, inanimate singular, and inanimate plural. So moving on, this is benefactive case, so for someone, so for someone who's benefiting from something. Dat, not, dit, not, dit. So a lot of these sounds basically the same, so all you need to do is practice them and it'll come naturally. Adhesive, and this is also used in possessive constructions. So, and also in locative for inanimates. So, dankt, nankt, dinkt, nankt, dinkt, dinkt. So remember, we can say in the forest is hese dinkta. Good. Or my mother has a dog. So remember, b is like a shortened form of my. So nangt teep. So my mother has a dog. So my mother, adhesive case, dog. So maybe that would be an adhesive construction. Locative, we have ka. So kuska is at home. Prosecutive. So I believe this is through something. Is that right? Prosecutive. Let me look this up in my notes here. Prosecutive. I believe it is, but I'll make a correction if I end up being wrong here. Is bis. So, and this is the first one of the next several cases that is the same in every construction. So masculine singular, inanimate singular, plural, you name it. It's all bis. Instrumental, so with, and we can use this in the same English sense as it with accompanying and with by means of, and that's as. So for example, maybe I eat with a spoon would be, if I can find the word for spoon, deep is I eat. So let's see. I can't. Oh, here we go. Deep kicked. Deep kicked us. Deep kicked us. So, deep I eat. Kicked us is with a spoon. So kicked being spoon, us instrumental ending. Carative is without. So for example, if I want to say I don't have fire in my birch bark teepee, I can say bokos, bokang. So bokos is my teepee. Bok is fire. Ang is I'm sorry, an not engma and just an n. An is without. So bokos, bokang. So good. Translative, and that's going across. So remember, the root trans means across, right? So isang. So maybe across the river is sesesang. Good. And the last one, the most important one when we're greeting people, and this is kind of segue into what I'm going to talk about next, is the vocative ending. And this is very important because whenever we want to say hello to someone, this is what we do. We take the name of our friend or our acquaintance, and then we put, depending on whether they're masculine or feminine, an o or an or at the end of their name. So for example, if I want to say, hey dad, maybe I'm getting home and my dad's there and I want to say hello to him, I say, hey, obo. And I say to my mom, ama. In fact, in the story of the cuckoo that I think we talked about a little bit, we have the kids calling out "Amma, Amma" when she turns into a bird and flies off. So, good. Moving on. So, greetings. If we don't know the person's name, what are we going to do? Well, if we have multiple people, we want to say dingo, dingo, hey people, hey everyone. Or if it's only one person, we can say hey there friend. So that's buyo, buy is friend. So buyo. Or maybe if it's our teacher, we can say sirgatso, hey one associated with learning, hey scholar. Or even if it's just a kid, we say, "Hey kid, dillo, dilgita," and that's what the cuckoo lady said, dilgita, I believe. Let's see what she said. She said, dilare. This is hey kids, good. So now we know the ways to greet people. Now let's remember how to introduce ourselves, how to talk about ourselves. So if I want to say, my name is Professor and I am a cat student or a cat scholar, I can say, Abi Bisub Sirats, I am brother scholar. Ha at Asturana Sirats, and I am a cat's genitive scholar. Good. So, now that we've talked a little bit about ourselves, let's maybe learn to say goodbye. So, Ket is just the kind of language where there's no easy way to say anything. In English, we have all these great things like, oh, hello, and oh, thank you, and oh, goodbye. Well, in Ket, we always have to make some kind of grammatical construction. So, let's find out what we have to do. So, we have, it's actually a very similar construction to what the Russian speakers say, and they say "do svidaniya," which means until later. And in Ket, we say until, the next time we're going to see you. So, for example, if I'm with my friends and I'm not going to see him for another day, I can say, let's see, if I can find the word for tomorrow, I can say, or I can even just say one day. So, koki. So, kok is one, or kokam. So one of the day. So kokami, and then bandinga. So bandinga meaning until. So kokami bandinga. So see you in one day is maybe a thing we can say. I really think that I wrote down the word for days in here. So let's see if we can find it. No. Oh well. So this is. Oh, here it is. Annokspanninga. So see you tomorrow is how we would say that in Cats. So moving on, I'd like to maybe go through a conversation that I wrote down that kind of ties a lot of these things together. So let's suppose that we're walking along. Maybe. We're walking along in the forests of Siberia, and we come across a cat hunter. So what do we say to him? Or maybe he can greet us first, and he says, "Hello, good morning." And my name is. I'm gonna say the conversation in English first, just so we know what's being said. Hello there, friend. Good morning. My name is Dehit, or the lake person. I am a hunter. What's your name? Next person. Well, then we can say, good morning. My name is Kanugan. This is another cat name, and it means the shining one. And this could be a very old morpheme. I am a cat student. I am a cat language student. The hunter says, "Oh, good. Ket is a beautiful language. This is my dog. His name is Pooh." And I remember my professor telling me how there's a dog in a village named Pooh. Get that an old lady had. So I just added that for fun. where is your birch bark teepee? And maybe Kanugan replies, oh, my birch bark teepee is at the river. My birch bark teepee is large and warm. And then Degit, the lake person, replies, oh, good. In my house, or in my teepee, is my family. This reindeer meat is for them. And Kanugan replies, I am going to go to my teepee, so I'll see you in summer. And Degit replies, see you in summer, because remember, if you're nomadizing across the vast Siberian wilderness, you're going to see each other pretty rarely. So, how do we say this conversation in Ket? Let's begin. So, Buyo achtakanox, api Degit, at Ket, okay bela. Achtakanox, bi genoegen, at asturgana eit sragats. Achtam, asturgana achta ei. Kere, betiep, budi puch. Ook kos bisindu. Bekos zestinkt. Bekos ka ha was. Achtam. Bekoska butis digen. Tunne selte is. Bungdita. At kustinga. Bogaden. Bandinga. So, this is the conversation, maybe if you can follow. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. So, I'm not sure what next time is, but let's just say Amox Bandinga. So, Amox Bandinga. Thank you, take care.